Republican presidential candidate John McCain talks about the environment during a stop in New Jersey. John McCain took his presidential campaign to Liberty Science Center in Jersey City today. Standing with former Governor Tom Kean and Senator Joe Lieberman of Connecticut, McCain touted his environmental and moderate Republican credentials. Adrian Supino reports.
Stop and get a good meal.
In the Garden State, John McCain stressed his environmentalism. The presumed Republican presidential nominee toured Liberty Science Center and in a speech promised that if elected, he would be an anti-global warming crusader and conservationist.
As president, I will dedicate myself to addressing the issue of climate change globally. I will work as my highest priority to have a global agreement that includes India and China and continue to protect our national parks, our great national treasures, and I have a record of that I am extremely proud of.
McCain was joined by Democratic Senator Joe Lieberman of Connecticut, a vice presidential candidate in 2004.
The record speaks for itself. He's done really Teddy Roosevelt-like work.
And former Republican Governor Tom Kean Sr. McCain may be trying to warm up New Jersey Republicans who have traditionally favored moderate Republicans at the polls.
I've run 3 presidential campaigns in New Jersey. I've won every one of them in the state, and I think we can win this one.
McCain held a $1,000 a plate fundraiser yesterday in Lakewood. Outside of both events, Republican U.S. Senate candidate Murray Sabrin pleaded with him to change the focus of his campaign. Less about Iraq, more about the economy.
75% of the people of New Jersey want us out of Iraq quickly. I think we have to keep in mind that in a democracy, what the people want is usually what we should be getting in terms of our public policy.
Senator McCain is pushing his moderate credentials here in New Jersey, a state that hasn't selected a Republican president since 1988. Adrian Supino, NJN News, Jersey City.
I'm Murray Sabrin, GOP U.S. Senate candidate, running with Donna Ward in the 2nd Congressional District, and Darren Young running in the 7th Congressional District. We also have other candidates running across the state on the Republican Constitutional Platform to Restore the Liberty Platform. And the reason that we're here today is to ask Senator McCain to stop talking about war. Going around the state, people are very concerned about getting involved in another war in the Mideast. We already have 2 fronts in the Middle East, and the Republican Party has always stood for liberty and freedom. And the Republican Party to win this year must be attuned to the concerns of the voters, not only in New Jersey but across the country. 75% of New Jersey voters want us out of Iraq. I have a plan which my running mates endorse, which is to get all combat troops out of Iraq by 2010. The Iraqi people have been the beneficiaries of American goodwill, American treasure, American soldiers, and it's now time for the Iraqi people with their government, which will be democratically elected, to step up to the plate to take over the external security and the internal security of their country. It's only fair that they do what every nation around the world does, make sure that their borders are secure, make sure that they can have a pluralistic society in order to make sure that we can withdraw with honor, with dignity, and they can take back the country, rebuild their country with all the oil revenues. And if we do that, then there's a good chance that there will be a lasting peace in the Mideast. What we're concerned about is that if Senator McCain persists on talking about war with Iran, this will drag down the whole ticket in November. And I, as the hopefully will be the Republican nominee for the United States Senate, want to make sure that we have a strong ticket in November, and we will win. Otherwise, we'll have the Obama tsunami on the shores in the state of New Jersey, which means that this could affect everyone from the presidential ticket on down in electing Democrats. As we've seen in the last few months, in special elections, Republican districts have gone Democratic.
What would you like McCain to talk about besides the war?
Well, clearly the economy. The economy is a key issue on everyone's mind. It's the #1 issue according to exit polls in the Democratic primary. We have an economy that's democratic. We have an economy that's inflated, cheap money from the Federal Reserve. We need to stop trying to stimulate the economy with gimmicks. We need to have a society based upon free enterprise and limited government. That's why I joined the Republican Party nearly 40 years ago, because those are the principles that will give us a strong economy. So I urge Senator McCain to reconsider the notion that war should be the essence of our foreign policy. It should be diplomacy, it should be trade, it should be goodwill, it should be negotiation. And if we have that as the backbone of our foreign policy, I think a lot of tensions will be reduced around the world. And hopefully we can engage in dialogues with the interested parties in the Middle East. And this way we can begin the process of healing in the Middle East that is so necessary, because the people there have suffered tremendously on all sides of the debate and disputes in the Middle East.
No idea who that is.
And gasoline is at $4 a gallon. These around something that's $5. And since we intervened in Iraq, the price of oil is up $100 a barrel. That means a huge transfer of wealth from the American people to OPEC nations. And this is hurting our economy, as family budgets are stretched to pay for heating oil and gasoline, and food prices have gone up because of ethanol subsidies. And thirdly, as in this effort in the Middle East, our civil liberties are under attack, as Governor McCain has pointed out. We cannot sacrifice civil liberties for making sure our country is safe from terrorist acts. And I give Governor McCain a lot of credit for standing up for the American people's civil liberties, when a lot of people think we should be sacrificing civil liberties, especially Joe Lieberman, who has been one of the cheerleaders for making sure that we have security but by sacrificing civil liberties. And being in the United States Senate, I will never do that.
So if you win the nomination, you won't be campaigning with him?
I'll be campaigning whoever wants to campaign with me. I'm happy to get the support of anybody who supports my candidacy for the United States Senate. But as John McCain said, I will always put country above party. I will be a voice for the American people. I will be a defender of the Constitution. That's the essence of my campaign, and to have fiscal responsibility in Washington, D.C., something I've been advocating for more than 30 years. And here we are today because of fiscal irresponsibility, with a $3 trillion budget, $500 billion deficit, $10 trillion national debt, and here's the scary number, $72 trillion unfunded liabilities. That means Tax Freedom Day for Americans will go from 4 months a year to 8 months a year over the next 50 years to pay for all these liabilities. And that, of course, is unsustainable and intolerable, and will cause to have a very weak economy instead of a robust economy. So that's why I'm in this race.
Okay. Very good. Nice meeting you.
See you.
Thanks, Greg.
Good to see you.